watching on YouTube, and welcome back to Digimon World Dusk. That's right, we're playing Dusk again. You may be wondering, Chaos, why are you playing Dusk again? You played this like a year and a half ago or something? Can we please get some new Digimon content? Listen, it's not my fault. The reason we're playing Dusk is because they, in the past month, they is whoever made it, because I actually don't, you know, I didn't look up the name of the person who made it, but shout out to them. Someone has made a Digimon World Dawn and Dusk randomizer. So now you can randomize things in Dawn and Dusk. Right now, I believe it is basically just the Digimon. You can randomize the Digimon you encounter in the wild. You can randomize the Digimon you start the game with. And that's pretty much the extent of it. But on top of that, it's not just randomized. There's also a lot of quality of life things included in as well that I'm going to read off to you. So let me look here. Quality of life patches are as follows, and I have them implemented. You can mix and match which ones you want. If you don't like one of the quality of life things, you can just not turn it on. Increased text speed. The text speed just moves faster, apparently. Increased movement speed. Your character moves at 1.5 times the default speed, so like a 50% movement buff. Reduces the wild encounter rate. Now, I've been on the record that I actually don't think the wild encounter rate is really that bad at the end of the day. It's bad in some areas. There's some areas in Dusk and Dawn where, like, the screens are just too big and the encounter rate gets a little ridiculous, but it's been reduced by half thanks to this randomizer, and I did turn that on because I wanted to experience it, even though I normally don't mind the encounter rate too much in Dawn and Dusk. Increased scan rate. The base scan rate that you get of opposing Digimon is 10%. So you get an extra 10% on the scan rate. And then I assume the scan rate just also continues to rise as you get higher tamer levels. And also it expands the length of the player name, because your player name can only have 5 letters in it in this game. But this randomizer has expanded it to 7 letters. So you have even more to do, or you have more space for naming stuff. The other big quality of life one is the one that I actually care about the most, which is the experience that you get in the game. You have the option when you randomize it to either have the experience unchanged, so it's the default amount, or you can increase it by half, or you can increase it by full. So when you use the randomizer, it has this little thing. They use a formula from Pokemon for it, but I'll just give you the base of it. The example given is that if you have the experience increased by half, a level 33 Wild Greymon would give you 71 experience normally. By setting it to increase by half, that same Greymon that would give you 71 experience now gives you 283 experience points. So like 4 times the amount of experience. And there's another setting to have it even higher that makes it where a Greymon would give you 500, that level 33 Wild Greymon would give you 566 experience instead of 71. So, you know, that's like 8 times or something, roughly. It's a huge, huge difference, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing how how it goes, basically, with the level curve and whatnot. Now, those are the quality of life patches. There's also the randomization patches that you can do, and I'm going to tell you which ones I used. So, first of all, you can randomize the starter packs, you can randomize the wild Digimon you encounter, and then you can randomize digivolutions and digivolution conditions. So, quite a lot you can do here. Not quite as much as like your average Pokemon game, but obviously this randomizer is newly made and all. So for this playthrough, to let you all know what randomization we're using, I did all the quality of life stuff, and I also, for the quality of life, I did the increase experience by half. The full experience increase sounded like too much to me. So I'm doing it by half, and we're going to see how that goes. For the randomization settings, I have set the starter packs to completely random, because to my understanding, no matter what Digimon we get in the randomized packs, the game will still do the thing where they lower the Digimon down to level 1 rookies after the first mini-boss. So whatever Digimon we get, they'll be turned down to rookies anyway, so I was just like, well, if that's the case, then just do full random, why not? I believe that's what's going to happen. We'll see if it plays out that way. Also, when you randomize the starter packs, the game has an option to nerf the first boss, which I was confused by, but then I looked at it and it gives you a little explanation that it's recommended if you randomize the starters because the first boss is designed in a way that they expect you to have the level 20 Coronamon or level 20 Lunamon. We're not going to have that level 20 rookie fighting the boss. So I did nerf the first boss to make sure that we don't, like, run into something really annoying there. It seems like if they have that as a setting, then I should probably go for it. Now, the Wild Digimon, which is the one that, like, this is what really matters. I have chosen to randomize. You have two options when randomizing Wild Digimon. You have random them all into the same digivolution stage. So if it, like, randoms a rookie, it'll random into another rookie. If it randoms an ultimate, it'll random into another ultimate, right? And then you have the option for full random, where anything can become anything. If you've ever watched any of the, like, 2 or 3 really old randomized Pokemon playthroughs I did, I don't like full random. I do not like when I'm in the opening area of the game where it's rookie and champion level Digimon, and then, you know, like, Imperial Dramon shows up. So for this playthrough, we are doing random same Digivolution stages. So rookies randomized into rookies, megas randomized into megas, etc., etc. When you do the random Wild Digimon, you also get to pick a stat generation, which has 4 options. You can do random, which just completely randoms it, I think. Do random, yada yada. It's likely, if you do full random, it's likely to result in an average stat distribution for the Digimon, but is less deterministic than median, yada yada yada. I don't like full random, as we've discussed. Then they have lowest, median, and highest, and lowest is actually said to be easier, highest is said to be harder. So I went with median, which gives all of the Wild Digimon in the wild a median stat constitution. I believe, from what I understand, it means that the Digimon we encounter from the randomness shouldn't be too weak, and they shouldn't be too strong when we're going through the game. It sounds like it should be a relatively balanced experience. So that's what I'm going with. Now, the last 2 things you can randomize are Digivolutions and Digivolution conditions. So, like Hawkmon, for instance, when Digivolutions are randomized, probably won't Digivolve into a Quillamon. It'll probably Digivolve into something else because it was randomized. There are 2 things you can do on these settings. You can do Unchanged and just leave Digivolutions the same, which I considered but thought random would be more fun. And then you can randomize them. So it's going to create up to 3 different Digivolutions for each Digimon that it randomizes, which sounds very interesting. There's also an extra box you can check called Similar Species, where you can make it where whatever the Digimon's random Digivolutions are, it is not guaranteed, but likely to be something in the same pathway, right? So like if you have Agumon, who is a dragon Digimon, his random Digivolutions are more likely to be dragons instead of being like Sunflowmon, right? Like a random insect or holy Digimon. And that just makes it, to my understanding, more likely. It's not guaranteed like your dragon can only digivolve into dragons, etc., etc. So I did turn that on because I like a little bit of consistency when doing randomizers like this. The other one is Digivolution Conditions, which I also randomized. It randomizes the conditions for each Digimon. It will create up to 3 different conditions for what your Digimon needs to digivolve. And the first condition will always be based on the Digimon's level, so we'll see how that goes. It also has a bonus thing you can click, which is Follow Species Experience, which means that Digivolutions will be less likely, not guaranteed, but less likely to need an experience type that does not match them. So again, for instance, if you have like an Agumon and to digivolve he needs a specific kind of species experience, it's likely that that species experience will be dragon, that he'll need like 2,000 dragon experience to digivolve. It's possible that he could need like 3,000 Aquan experience to digivolve, just not likely. So there you go. That's the long-winded, like, 10-minute intro here, explaining how the randomizer works, what has been randomized, what I'm doing in this randomized playthrough, etc., etc. Hello to everyone who skipped the intro and just went ahead until you saw that I would hit the new button on the whatchamacallit. Here we go. We're just gonna play as Sayo, because whenever I play Dawn and Dusk, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All you people who don't have names or names that you want to use that are 5 letters or 6 letters or longer, you can now do it. Let's go. Now, I did click into this. You're about to see this. Yeah, there's Beelzemon. I clicked into this to make sure that it randomized, and boy howdy, chat, did it randomize. The balance pack has Tankmon, Beelzemon, and Bishop Chessmon. I have not looked at the other 3 packs. As soon as I saw Beelzemon on the screen, I was like, yep, it worked. And then I clicked out of it. So, Beelzemon, perhaps the most balanced start imaginable. Then we have the attack pack, which is... Yo, Doromon! Let's go! Doromon! The attack pack, which has Doramon, Pukumon, and Terriermon, which is very funny. Pukumon. Defense pack. Yo, Doramon representation! Let's go! Vadamon, Darugamon, and Andromon for the defense pack. Very mechanical. Okay. And then the pretty pack. Oh, chat, are you ready? Here we go. Here we go. We're gonna get the prettiest Digimon of all time in this pretty pack. Are you guys ready for the prettiest Digimon you have ever seen? Devatamamon! You're as beautiful as the day I lost you. Hookmon, Weregarurumon, and Devitamamon. Incredible. All right, chat, put in chat right now which pack you want me to pick. We'll let chat decide. It's all randomized Digivolutions anyway. Balance pack, attack pack, defense pack, or pretty pack. Take your pick. A lot of balance, a lot of pretty, a lot of people want to see Beelzemon. What else is new? By the way, for anyone curious, you'll notice on the layout I put Beelzemon Blast Mode on it. If you're wondering, like, why'd you put Beelzemon? I did know that the balance pack had Beelzemon because I clicked into it and saw the balance pack. I didn't look at the others until now, but I put Beelzemon Blast Mode on the layout because he's the scan data you get for winning whatchamacallit. Winning the Guy Origin Challenge. All right, it's basically tied between balance and pretty. I feel like we gotta pick pretty because it has a Devitamamon in it. Pretty pack it is. Why not a poll? That'd take too long. Devitamamon, there's no space to put like Devitamamon or M or anything. Hookmon, fantastic. Yeah, Weregarurumon. I prefer the M being capitalized when you have to not include the whole M-O-N. All right, so here we go. We're back in Digimon World Dusk, chat. It's only like my 8,000th time playing this game. The Union Tournament will soon commence. I said that like I was annoyed to be playing it. I'm not. Like, you have no idea how glad I am that I was given an excuse. Anytime I'm given an excuse to play a Digimon game that I know I like on the channel, it's like my birthday, basically. It's such a good time because I get to play Digimon. You guys get to watch Digimon because you all like Digimon so much. It does so well on the channel. And everyone's happy, basically. Nightclaw cannot allow Lightfang to get the upper hand. Before the normal tournament tomorrow, I want all of you to practice. I've talked to the Digimon in Thriller Ruins to not interfere with the practices, so practice freely. As Julia said, we cannot let Lightfang defeat Nightclaw in the tournament tomorrow, no matter what. All right, I have to say this again for anyone who has not seen me play Dawn or Dusk before they end up asking, like, why is he reading it wrong? When they translated Digimon Story Sunburst and Digimon Story Moonlight, which is the Japanese names of Dawn and Dusk, when they translated them, first of all, they localized it to be Digimon World Dusk and Digimon World Dawn. They were obsessed when moving the Digimon games over to the West in never calling them Digimon Story. In Japan, there are Digimon World games and there are Digimon Story games. When the story games were brought to the West, they always changed it to Digimon World so that it looked like it was all part of one, like, series of Digimon games, which is not the case. As you've probably seen with Cyber Sleuth, they stopped doing that when they released Cyber Sleuth, because Cyber Sleuth was called Digimon Story like it was supposed to be. Digimon World Dusk and Dawn are actually Digimon Story games. They were the second in the franchise. Cyber Sleuth was the fifth, I believe, etc., etc. They're from the same thing. They also made a localization error. Lightfang is the name of the team in Dawn in Sunshine City, and Nightclaw is the name of the Dusk team of the Moon City or whatever it's called, Darkshine City or Darklight City? I don't remember what the name of the city is. It's called Nightclaw in Japan, which is way cooler and makes way more sense than Night Crow, because then it's like Fang, Night Claw. So I say Nightclaw because that's what it's actually translated as. They just mistranslated it when they localized this game. Don't forget that. Now get into groups of 3 and begin training. Sayo, Dorothy, let's train farther in. Why, Newton? This spot is fine. Sayo, don't you agree? Hey? No, it's not good enough. We're training secretly to beat Light Fang. Fine, let's go, Sayo. Hacker voice, we're in. We should go too. Keep up with Newton. Hacker voice, we're in. They might still see us. Let's go in farther. We should train at the farthest spot. No further than this. Maybe we should go in farther. Rygo, the Gold Tamer, is there. I guess this is as far as we can go. Okay, let's practice here. Sayo, Dorothy. You know what I just realized? I just realized that the Tamer thing, the Tamer rank ups where you have to go take the Tamer exam or whatever, those Digimon are going to be randomized too. What the heck are they going to randomize Minomon, Kuramon, and Imperial Digimon Paladin mode into for the Platinum Tamer one? Listen, both of you, anticipate the opponent's moves and direct your Digimon, especially you, Newton. One thing I'm really excited for with this playthrough, chat, is because of the randomization. There are like over 400 Digimon in Dawn and Dusk. However, a lot of them never show up because they're DNA Digivolutions or Armor Digivolutions or what have you. They don't appear in the wild. Sorry, something in my throat. You never have an opportunity to get them really without having to go really out of your way, and it's too much work. So, them all being randomized, I'm really interested to see. We're probably going to see some Digimon, hopefully, that we normally don't see in entire Dawn and Dusk playthroughs because they just never show up otherwise. I know that. I'm telling you because you don't. Use the fight command to let your Digimon partner use an attack. Be sure to keep an eye on your Digimon's HP and MP, yada yada. Just watch. Sayo, don't hold back. Start battle. Here goes. He still has Kukuamon. Is his thing not randomized? Or opponent Tamer's not randomized, maybe? It did say wild Digimon now that I think about it. So maybe the, okay, if it's only wild Digimon that are randomized, that's a little less interesting, but it's still going to be interesting for what we get in the wild and what we can get on our team. But they probably didn't randomize the boss fights and all then. Probably. I thought that the boss fights would be randomized too. This randomizer is still very new, so they might not have worked out how to randomize, boss encounters and all. Yet. Hopefully they do, though. Still gonna be great to see all the Digimon in the wild. So the start of the game is actually, other than our Digimon being random, the start of the game is gonna be very normal. I lost, Sayo, you're strong, because the start of the game is a bunch of, like, boss fights, basically. Newton, you're giving your Digimon weak direction. No, I'm not. My strategy is perfect. I stood there and got killed by a single wolf claw. I guess you weren't listening to a thing I said. Anyway, now it's my turn. Newton, step back. Sayo, it's my turn. Roll. I think the real fun we're gonna get from this playthrough is the Digivolutions being randomized. And this is perfect, actually, because now that I'm playing the randomizer when it's new and they haven't done much other than the wild Digimon, eventually, they'll hopefully update the randomizer to randomize the boss Digimon and everything as well. And then when they do that, we can come back and play it again. I'm a genius! It's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant! What was that? Ruh-roh. Okay, yeah, so if static encounters are the same, then this should actually be a Vilemon we're about to fight. Vilemon? I'm gonna kill him. Huh? Get out of the way? What's with this Vilemon? Be careful, Sayo. If you take some damage, use the item command to restore HP. If you use too many attacks, use items to restore MP, yada yada. Okay, static encounters are not randomized. I bet that's probably something they'll try to do in future updates of the randomizer. Because I did hear that they're trying to update the randomizer more. I think next on their agenda is they said they wanted to randomize items, like items and equipment could be randomized, and they were trying to make it where the randomizer could do that, which you can't do yet. Ouch, I twisted my leg. You were just standing there. That was dumb. You were rushing. Can you report this to Chief Julia, Sayo? I'll stay with this idiot and wait here. Can't leave the injured behind. Stop calling me idiot and stuff. The injured should keep quiet. Sayo, so will you go for us? I'm on it. Sorry, Sayo. Thanks. Okay, let's see how fast we move. Oh, yeah, that's significantly faster. Holy cow. I haven't played Dawn in a hot minute, like half a year maybe or something, but ooh, boy. Not that way. Julia's the other direction. Got it. Ooh, boy, that's so much faster.